the X books. Okay, so we have 3 of these. Starting with X Force. This is part 17 of 22 of 10 of Swords. Last we left off, Wolverine just gave up 2 points to Arako.
Yeah.
So,
like a dunce.
Like a big dummy boy. And, the battles just continue. Which I thought...
I mean, it's not his fault.
Yes and no.
What is he supposed to do? Die?
We are learning
the X-Men don't lose a point?
One of them was for sure his fault. and another one was kind of like, had you probably tried a little bit harder, you wouldn't have had to be put in this situation. We'll address that.
One of them was Saturnine straight up rigging.
Yeah, it was a fight to the death.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing, is that Saturnine is slowly rigging every one of these contests that the champion.
But it's Wolverine's fault. Had he not tried to do the most.
The one against Summoner was a lot, but this one was kind of short-sighted, where he made a deal with Solemn that he would owe him a favor in exchange for a Muramasa sword. Solemn's favor was that Wolverine would fight a battle for him in the contest of the swords, and Wolverine had to win a point. He wasn't aware that he was doing it at the time, but he won a point for the team. And now we start off with the next context, because apparently there are going to be a ton of these.
Yes, a bunch.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is a straight up actual fist fight between Pog and Magic. And I was like, oh, cool. Yes, finally, a battle.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I liked it. I didn't hate it. What happened? Okay, so what happened is...
I was a little upset.
It was a bummer, but of all the bummers, I'd be like, this was at least entertaining.
Yeah, it was funny.
So Magic and Pog are about to fight, and Pog just fuck this, I'm just going to eat you. And Magic lets it happen because she figured something out about Pog. She gets eaten, but she reemerges out of Pog's mouth with the real Pog. The way she figured it out is that Pog in Iraqi means sword. So she realized that Pog, the big alligator body thing, is Pog's sword itself. So there was just a guy inside controlling Pog, and then she just one-shots him with an uppercut. Point goes to Arako. Point goes to Krakoa. They are 5-3 at the end of that battle. But then
why would your Pog eat her if
he didn't know that
he's a little man inside?
He didn't know she was the real deal.
I think he just thought she's some little girl.
Yeah, he just beat her in an arm wrestling competition. He was like,
he smoked her in the fucking arm wrestling competition. So I guess he was feeling real gully.
Yeah.
Overconfident.
Yeah, okay, so in so many pages, there are a ton of more contests that happen. Arako wins most of them.
Oh, yeah. Several.
I think out of all of them, Krakoa only wins 2. And they're up at this point in the story, they're up 12-5. And we cut over to the next competition, which is a race between Captain Avalon and the voice of Krakoa, whatever this thing's name in
Red Root
through the Crooked Market. So they race, but Saturnine sicks her weird robot things after him. These look like the things from the tower thing, but I don't think that's what it is. From the
they
thing.
Are actually a callback to something in the from the Cat in Britain comics from a little bit back in the 80s. I don't know which I don't know much about them, but it is, that's all it is. It's kind of just a callback, and that's something Sad and I was able to summon before. It's a thing.
It's her Koopa Troopers, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
And she sits them on Captain Avalon, while Red Root is like, "Whoa, this is pretty easy. I'm just running away."
Yeah, Red Root runs really slow. It was funny because Captain Avalon was out on them. And she was just trying, whatever, nigga. Yeah. You got this. And then of course,
he was running that 4-2.
Salty Saturnine.
He was running that 4-2 in the Combine, just destroying Red Root. But Salty Saturnine came in and started fucking shit up. Redroot knocked down something from the Crooked Market, and Jaffers is over there. His stingy ass is taking notes. He's like, everything has a cost in the market. Everything. And Redroot wins the competition because Captain Avalon is otherwise occupied. But with a twist.
That's it, yeah.
Because she wins, she won, but because she broke something, Jaffers comes in and is like, you broke something, you buy it. So he basically entraps her into this little thing, and I guess is going to sell her on the market. So I guess she's out, but she didn't lose.
I guess. I suppose. They don't explicitly say that she's out of the picture.
Mm-hmm. There are two competitions that happen in the same time, which is essentially Magic goes through a spelling bee of sort where she has to spell. They give her a riddle, and
they give her a riddle, and they say to spell out the answer.
And the answer was magic, but she spells magic with a K because that's her name, and so she loses her battle there. And Wolverine has who's the softest competition with the white sword, where they're both placed in front of a mirror where they get, I guess, power pointed everyone they've ever killed. And they have to.
And Wolverine couldn't handle that shit. He needed some liquor right after the fact. He was like, "Oh man."
Yeah, this is kind of.
White Sword was just like, "Oh yeah, oh I remember that."
He wasn't thrilled, but he wasn't like he was staring at it.
He regretted nothing, not a fucking thing.
I mean, everybody.
Logan's an actual human. You know what I'm saying? He cares and shit.
If anything,
he has responsibilities.
This one's just mean because this is kind of Logan's whole thing is being sad about the things he's killed in the past. It's kind of his MO.
That's why he ends up in random bars where he gets taken out by just normal conservative people. The average conservative person in a small town. That's what we lost to. I guess they were
honestly,
like.
I think he was in Canada.
You know, they. I remember they said that. Oh, we used to be part of like this anti-immune organization, but at the end of the day, they're just some fucking redneck.
I think he went to Canada though. I don't even think that was the South. I think he just went to Canada because he's from there.
There's rednecks in Canada.
It's fair.
There's rednecks everywhere.
I keep forgetting that fact.
It's not a physical thing. It's a mentality.
But they're all so nice. They're all so nice up there.
That's what they want you to think.
No, not this.
Listen, anyway, it was major prejudice.
Yeah, Gorgon, Wolverine, and Magic have to resist the charms of this weird rock siren. Gorgon couldn't resist. He was going to fuck a rock right now, and he loses. War and Captain Avalon have a task where they have to kill a kitten, and Avalon can't do it. But War totally killed this kitten, so they get a point.
Oh my god, it was so funny. He just looked at her and said, "You wouldn't."
Yeah.
And I tried to stop her from doing it. And...
And nope.
Oh man,
I'm sad for the kitten.
I guess he didn't prevail.
Kitten gets one of these.
Or maybe he did. Maybe he did prevail, but he forfeited the match to try to stop her. Maybe I guess I don't know. Maybe the kitten didn't die, right? That it wasn't in my head canon because it's not confirmed yet. She didn't kill the kitten. He forfeited, so they got the point.
I mean, I'm not going to argue.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Storm wakes up in the Savalith. I don't know what.
Savalith?
Yeah, which is I guess
the vampire world.
Yeah, the vampire world, the undead world.
Ooh, Blade would have such a good time there.
It's the best time of his life. Where he has to fight to the death with Storm. Storm is still kind of like affected by the drinks that she had with Wolverine in the last issue, so she's not feeling great. But she still manages to sword fight and hold her own with Death. Death tries to use his like weird death stare because that's his power. Is that all he has to do is take off his like jackal thing? And like, look at you!
I'm gonna let you finish.
And then Storm uses her sword to reflect his image and reflect the death beam directly back on Death's face. And Death is like, no, my own face is killing me. And then that's when Storm stabs the shit out of him and leaves him to be eaten by the underworld undead people. And that's where this issue ends. Thoughts, Josh?
Yeah, thoughts. Let me tell you something. You want to know what lame means?
No. Why don't you enlighten us?
No, yeah. I asked if you'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
You don't. Okay, so you want me to just explain? Okay, lame. Let me stop. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I just think that Apocalypse Children has been very lackluster.
Yeah, they're all big goofballs for the most part.
None of them. Yeah.
That's why, like War got her hand easily chopped off by by Wolverine's claws. Pestilence.
Come on, man.
And
all right. You know what? Wolverine is really tough, I guess, but
Storm's pretty tough. But the way she took
Storm's
him down,
an Omega level mutant.
But no.
Well, here's
all right,
also
I guess.
Here's
but no. The point
didn't
was
use
she
her
couldn't use her powers in that fight.
She couldn't.
And the sword that was so bigged up and so awesomely, like as if it was made for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the YouTube, guys. It's certain shit you don't see. You can't hear. You can't hear the audio, the video cues. Anyway, no, man, I thought it was crazy because, like, yo, you're one of Apocalypse Children. You've been fighting wars for years, forever. You know what I'm saying?
Your name is
for
Death.
Lifetimes of Okoro. You have her on experience and edge. And I ain't talking about the edge of his blade. I'm talking about demeanor and attitude. Mm-hmm. So she had no business winning this fight.
I don't know about that.
But it's not about, this wasn't plot armor for Storm. No. This was Apocalypse Soft Gene getting way caught up in the mix. That's why Genesis really got an attitude, if you ask me. I think that's what this is all really about.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she didn't realize Apocalypse, you guys where I'm going with this, man.
I guess,
he's fucking soft and she didn't know, and it infected her children. And this is what we have. This is what they have to show for it.
I guess
that's why she said, "I did my best."
It was the dumb way that he died, where it was just like, "I'll reflect your face back at you," and I'm like, "That's never happened in 1,000 years. Nobody's ever tried that on death."
Yeah,
you would think. But anyway, that was X-Force. It's been weird, but we're going into what I thought was a better issue. I think is Hellions number 6. Last we left off,
this issue was fucking wild.
Okay, so last we left off with the Hellions, they were sent in advance, way before this tournament started, so that they can steal the swords from the Iraqi champions, so that this would never even happen in the first place. Where have they been this entire time? Lost. They got lost somewhere along the lines, and they only now just arrive at Araco. They just made it through to the Dryador Gate, and they're all fucked up. Like, Havoc is missing an eye. They're all, like, just starved. I think, like, Empath is skinnier. Nanny has, like, a head dent in her weird robot thingy. It's not great. They're not doing fantastic.
They're weary.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister.
They need a Pokemon Center stat.
For them,
for some
real.
heals or a save point or something. Jeez.
Yeah, and as they arrive, that is when they run into Tarn the Uncaring, who's just chilling on a rock when they just walk past him, and is like, "What are you guys doing here?" And then Psylocke is basically like, "Shit, we're caught!" And they all just like,
damn it.
They all go into battle mode immediately. But he's like, "Chill. I don't know what you guys want, but..." Oh, no, wait. Psylocke is like, "We've come here to get the 10 swords of Araco. Where are they? It will give you only one chance to answer." And he's like, "The 10 swords of Araco? Man, you're really late, dude."
Yeah, like, that shit been started. What are you talking about? They fighting with them right now. Well,
yeah.
Not really, but it's a long story.
That's what's funny. Tarn also has the same thing that we do, where we're like, they're probably fighting with them now, right? They're probably having a cool tournament arc right now. You're late.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Last I heard.
Last I heard.
All I know is it did start already.
Last I heard,
like, God damn it.
And
oh, they are all sick.
Yeah, this Tarn is like, what asshole sent you on this mission? And they turn to Sinister, and Sinister's like, bitch, why did you say you knew where you were going? And he's like, well, I got lost. What are you gonna do? And they were like, what were you thinking? Tarn reads his mind, and it turns out he had no intention of ever stealing the swords, really. The real reason he came to Araco was to steal the genes of the mutants who lived here. Because Mr. Sinister is a thirst bucket. And he's like... And everybody's just pissed at him, of course, obviously. And then he's like... And Tarn is like, you let your mutants look you in the eye? My mutants know better. I don't know what you're
on. Yeah, so matter of fact, you want to see? Yeah, let me show you.
Yeah, and then he summons his mutants, which are a team known as the Locust Vial, and they all look gross.
Oh yeah,
they're all gross.
Straight fucked up, like they're like Jason Voorhees, just worse and nastier.
Yeah,
worse and nastier.
Yeah, worse and nastier.
I'm pretty sure that's not grammatically correct, but that's what I'm going with.
I mean, I think so. I think they're grammatically correct. Worse and nastier.
Worse and nastier.
Yeah. Okay, so we get a little breakdown of their powers. Tarn has basically Mr. Sinister's powers. He can manipulate genes and DNA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mother Rapture. I don't know what her powers are.
Totally different.
The Tamer of the Bladefish. Whatever. Hex Butcher.
Sure.
Hex Butcher, I
guess. Sounds like Moonfish from My Brian Academia.
That would be, I guess so. Hex Butcher, Speed, Sick Bird. She can emit spikes from her spine. Mud Gear, who can create acid, right? That was it. It's like he sprouts acid. We'll find out. And Amino Fetus. He can't. They don't tell us what his powers is for the most part, but they just know that his powers activate when he eats.
He's like a gremlin. Don't feed him.
Don't feed him after what?
Don't
midnight?
Feed him. It turns into a total shithead. It'll be a whole thing. Don't let him eat.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And
I just seen Gremlins the other day. Actually, that's what made me think about that.
It's actually funny.
That little nigga was so ugly, man. Not uglier than these guys, though. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So it's funny. Tarn says "I'll show you my mutants, but don't you think about stealing them." And Mr. Sinister's like, "Yeah, sure." Once he shows him who the mutants are, he immediately pulls out his gene stealing little nanobots, and he sends them flying and is like, steal their genes. And
yeah, just go get them real quick. Right in front of dude's face. Like he was dumb. He just blatantly didn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Steal their genes.
I came all the way out here and I'm going to do it for better or worse, bro. That's Sinister, man. Nothing else going on applies to him.
Yeah, he's the man.
This is his world, and everybody else is just in it. Yeah,
Mr. Sinister rules. But in any case, it's funny, because Tarn only reacts to this like vandals. All right, go kill him. He broke the one rule. What an asshole.
What an asshole. He chose death. Go ahead.
I literally told him not to do that.
You opted for oblivion.
And, they start by immediately killing Nanny.
They put it on, guys. Let's not sugarcoat it. They put it on the Hellion. These niggas was not ready at all.
Yeah. They were already beaten within an inch of their lives, pretty much. They were not at top physical condition. So they get walked through. Everybody's just getting whooped. Havoc's hands get cleaved off. It gets the fucking
before he even gets to use his chest burst, she just blah, I'm gonna cut your hands off.
Yeah, just pulls
figure
it
that
off.
out for.
Just pulls it off. What? She just tries. He almost kills Psylocke.
Yeah.
He pulls off the arms of the robot guy. lots of stuff happens, and then like Amino Fetus tries to like eat the robot guy, and even the other like Locust Vile mutants come in and are like, "Don't eat it! Don't eat it!"
No.
Yeah, so it's not
daytime. Don't do it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sinister is just pissed, like just not even caring. He's still collecting genes and all that stuff. So yeah, so it's not fantastic. So what happens next is like they have to escape. So
or get slaughtered.
Yeah,
I mean,
and also because Sinister is like, take my things. You know, he has
take my stuff and bring it over to the other side.
Yeah, he has an arrangement.
That's the most important part of this all.
He has an arrangement with the with Psylocke, so she has to do whatever he says. So, I think that was established in like Fallen Angels. So
yeah,
that's what happened there. Yeah, he just goes in and they have to escape. So they sacrifice Wild Child in order to.
Yeah, she tells him. I guess it makes. I didn't realize that he was referencing. I forgot that even happened. You know, towards the end of Fallen Angels. That was probably the most significant thing that happened from all of that.
Yeah.
Aside from me learning about Quanon.
Yeah.
QAnon. And
So it's GG for old Wild Child here.
Yeah, it was sad. Cause it makes more sense now. That's why she told them, cause she was like, yeah, I had to fulfill this duty. Wild Child, I know you'll listen to me. Sorry. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. She literally sacrificed his life to keep her word. That's how serious she is.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right? Is that literally what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they pretty much escape, except for Sinister, who gets captured by Tarn and splits him into little bitty pieces, like Room style, like Law does.
Yeah. He's probably dead, man.
Yeah. Or is he? As we find out later.
I mean,
we'll find
that clone is dead. That's for sure.
But in any case, they make it through the Avalon Gate, and they are at Avalon, where King Jaime resides. They're chilling, just like, fuck, that was crazy. But that's when the priestesses from the Saturnine folks, like Saturnine's priestesses, come through, and are like, "You're going to the dungeon," but they get stopped immediately by Empath, who controls their minds and makes them their friends so they can walk through the portal. Grey Crow, we forgot to mention, has been under Empath's mind control for the last couple issues, and he recently let him go so that he could fight alongside the Hellions against the Locust Vile.
Yeah.
And now, I guess he's forgotten that he did that, because Grey Crow comes up to him like nothing happened. And if you know the contentious relationship between these two, Grey Crow killed him before. So he is not happy of having his mind taken over by him. He walks up to him, pretends to be like, "Oh, Empath, you did it. You're a genius." And then he gets close, stabs him in the gut in Avalon, which, if you die here as a mutant, you can't be resurrected in the same way as usual. So he's like, "I'll give you a chance to live." He like stabs him but doesn't kill him. He's like, "If you want to live and not be resurrected all goofy, you better crawl over to this portal."
Oh, goofy and shit! You better scurry your ass to this portal. Pick your guts up, little nigga.
Yeah,
it's scurry so you can come die on the other side. Yo, that was real. That was cool. I was like, that was incredibly petty, but he told them. He told them. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make you not only because he said, yeah, I'm gonna give you that challenge in your mind, that suffrage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they walk through the portal. They make it to Krakoa, and they're like, "Cool, we did it. We did the thing." And then all of a sudden, they're enveloped in black smoke, and who's there? Mr. Sinister just stabs the shit out of Psylocke.
Dead.
Shoots not Psylocke. Olivia Munn.
Shoots Havoc in the fucking face, and somehow manages to melt Grey Crow.
Yo, he presses a button in mid sentence. He's like, go. He starts melting away. I was like, holy shit!
And he's like, "Cool, I got my genes."
That was sinister.
Yeah, that
It's like, hell yeah, mission accomplished. Y'all
No.
niggas could get revived later, whatever. Y'all not gonna remember what happened.
Yeah. I like how you
Yo,
snuck that in
that
there.
was so funny.
I like how you
I
snuck
was
that in
just
there.
like, what? First of all, when they started dying, I was just like, yo, no, not Nanny. And this robot guy, I don't even know what his deal is. And then Wild Child.
Yeah.
And then he just killed them all on the other side, and I was just like, wow, I guess I should have seen something like I shouldn't have been surprised by this, but I was.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. And at least these guys are killed in Krakoa, so they can be resurrected.
Well done. This was a fun ass chapter issue.
Also,
issue.
Empath makes it through, but he dies right on Krakoa, so he is also able to be resurrected.
Oh yeah, Empath makes it to the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now after all the thing, he's like, okay, cool. The smoke is settling. We had to do the thing. Sorry, guys. I had to use the black smoke for the cameras. And he tears his clothes up and he goes running like, oh no. He said, my sweet holy God help. There's been a terrible attack. My precious Hellions, they're dead. What a fucking dick. But with that, we move on to our next and final X book of the week, Cable number 6, which is Ten of Swords, part 19 of 22. We're getting to the end.
And my VGI.
Whoa.
Certified VGI.
I'll say this, Hellions was mine.
all right.
VGI.
Hellions was really cool. But I am gonna give my overall umbrella thoughts on the event so far.
Mm-hmm. But
after this issue.
Yeah, gotcha. So we pick off pretty much immediately where we left off. The remaining members of the council gather around because Sinister is back, and he's pleading his case that they just destroy the gates and, fuck everybody who was over there.
Of course he'd say
because, again, what a fucking dick. And essentially, they're like, we can't do that, Sinister. Jesus Christ, come on. Essentially because Krakoa doesn't want it to happen that way.
Yeah, he's like, first of all, it's kind of out of our hands. Like, our whole situation is defunct. But I don't think they understand that they're all going to lose like that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know what I'm saying? That when Saturday Night showed Wolverine that future, I was really shocked. Like, whoa, they lose, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was thinking, maybe they take Krakoa.
Well, they were
against to the rest of the world, like even more so. But I didn't think they was gonna cream everybody. Sheesh.
Yeah. They were against this whole thing from the start, but I don't think. I think that it's literally they would be more open to it if Krakoa was, because Krakoa is not here in any of it. Krakoa is like, you leave that fucking gate open. But we cut back to Otherworld where the next competition is going, and hey Coco.
Yeah, oh, you see her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she came.
Anyway, the next competition is starting, which is between Cable and Bay the Blood Moon, which is a straight battle to the death, and not a fake death either. This time for real, like you die, you lose.
Yeah.
And Bay the Blood, like Cable's evaluation is just like, she's pretty good, but she's not better than me. Like Cable can beat the Bay Blood Moon, and he uses the power of the sword. And shocks her and takes her down.
To stun her, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he has the sword over her head. He's like, all right, cool. I'll just make this a clean kill, and then I'll block the vision. He has a moment of hesitation where he's like, I'll block the view so Doug doesn't have to watch her die. And Gorgon's in the back just like, do it. Like Palpatine.
Do it.
Like Palpatine, the thirst bucket. Gorgon's like,
kill Mace Windu. He didn't have to kill him at all, man. I didn't realize that. I get why a lot of people didn't like the fucking first 3 movies, man. I get it.
So yeah, Gorgon does it, but Cable doesn't get to do it. Bay the Blood Moon kicks him in the face and knocks him over, and then starts just bashing his head into the ground, breaks his arm, and that's when Doug Friend breaks in and he's like, stop! He's already beat! He can't take anymore! Basically throws in the towel for him. And Saturnine is like, all right, I'll allow it. But Arako gets the point. So Cable walks off defeated, and then he tries to get in psychic contact with Jean Grey, his mom. Like Cartman.
I got my ass beat. I wasn't ready.
Cal beat me. Like
the thing is, he was ready. He was just trying to be a decent person.
Yeah, no.
He was ready. I was surprised. I didn't think that it was like, oh, I'm about to just bust out this light of Galador.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened, man. No, he used, he paralyzed her and just hesitated.
He's trying to look out for Doug Friend,
Yeah.
He just wanted to be good to Doug Friend.
But
he calls to he calls to Jean Grey and he's like, "Yo, they're fucking rigging this against us, Mom. We're down 16-8. Oh, 18.
Yeah,
18.
There's no way we'd be losing if it wasn't rigged. Nah, she is though.
Yeah, she is rigged.
That contest wasn't rigged.
No, that one was real.
Yeah, but
and he mentions like, "Man, I wish I was the other Cable," which is funny because he's aware of like his future self.
Yeah, he killed the older version.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was right before this whole Hickman situation popped off.
Yeah. So yeah, as he's like talking to his parents and he's explained the situation, that's when Saturnine comes in and seems like she was aware that he had the psychic link the whole time. He's like, "All right, that's about enough." Snaps her fingers, cuts the telepathic connection, and Cyclops is like, "Nathan,
Martha,
yeah, my son, we're a wholesome family now." But that's when Jean looks at him and is like, "We'll just fix this." And, it's a nice little moment. Nice little tender moment between parents. Now we move on to the next contest, which is Gorgon versus the White Sword. And White Sword is just like, before you face me, you face my people, my soldiers, all 100 of them. And Gorgon's like, "Bet."
So you're like, whatever, nigga. That's it. He's like, I'm just gonna kill anything I see that moves in front of me. So
and he does.
Doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah, he keeps sending him more and more of his soldiers.
Starts with 1, then 2,
then all of them.
3. Yeah. 3 at a time, then 4 at a time, and yeah, it was getting bad, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's not great, but
Gorgon was putting in hella fucking work.
Yeah,
but what kind of got me tight was that he froze one person, and one of the other soldiers immediately was like, take his eyes out. So he lost his eyes early in the game.
Yeah, they figured that out.
And I was just like, God damn it, Gorgon. Isn't that kind of your thing?
thing?
You should be able to use that with a little bit more technique and finesse than that. But you know what? It's not a manga. It's not about
the battles, I guess.
It's not about the battle.
How cool would it have been though to see like Gorgon do like a cool anime battle where he?
Oh my god!
If
he would have been able to do all of these fights, like actually kept going, like here's my thing, right? Had they did the first, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, then the 5, and then he jumped to like 10, like he did a skip, and then that's when it kind of was just like, all right, no more thoughts. It's just pictures of me slashing.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see the technique at play, but you know what, man? That's not what this is about. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. I have more thoughts about this because it's about my overall thoughts on the event so far. But the fighting sent me a message.
Mm-hmm.
American comics can do that well. Manga sends you messages through the combat, through the beauty of it, and sometimes they have a message too. But this fight impacted me, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
it made me a major fan of Gorgon now. If I wasn't already before, like I'm looking forward to everything else he has to be in. Anyway, did we finish? Did we say what happened?
Nope. Because all of them goes on. They start fighting, and then Saturnine is counting every single one of these battles, like as a win for Krakoa. Every time he kills somebody, it counts as a point. So he's killed so many that he managed to get a slim lead over Araco. Now,
he didn't even. Yeah, he didn't just even it up. He got them up by one. It was 19 to 18 or something like that.
And that's when War's like, "Oh wait, what? Shit!"
Huh? You know the Mr. Krabs meme with that shit, huh? Because they was winning by more than the double, right?
That's actually really funny because, like, in those blurs, you could just see, like, maybe the White Sword soldiers charging.
Yeah, right. Just what?
And the funny thing is,
because they went from winning by a lot and just watching a cool competition to, oh yeah, by the way, you guys are losing.
That's the funny part too.
What?
Because Cable was like, "Yo, this isn't fair," and War was like, "Nothing's fair, little boy." And man, that feels real good to have this moment where like they learn that like their cheating is causing them to lose, and War's like, "No, fuck that shit."
Stop, you fucking idiot! Like, stop it, please. And he's like, "All right, that's all enough. I wanted to hear was you stopping from groveling." But I think there's more to it. I think he's just such an honor-bound guy, and he understands that there's some weirdness going on. And I think at this point, he thinks that this is just my theory, right? I feel like he is not stupid. He sees that things are clearly stacked in their favor for more reasons than one. And he just doesn't give a fuck at this point. It's not like he's trying to make them win, but now he's making a farce of it. He's like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason he stopped at that point.
Yeah.
He could have kept going. He had to listen. He's like, that's the reason why Saturday Night said it too. She waited until they said, yes, they're now up.
Yeah.
There was everything. This was thought out, I believe. And he's just that real of a nigga. I did not. These Araco guys are cool.
I'll tell you what. I hope at least the White Sword sticks around for the future of X-Men because he's awesome. So he calls off the rest of the goons and he's like, "All right, Gorgon, I got some respect for you, boy. You went
big
down.
Dog time.
You did the thing, man. You were fighting." And he's like, "I could feel your life slipping away. When I kill you, I will heal you and you will serve me." And Gorgon's like, "No, never. I walk my own path." And White Sword's like, "I could just impose my will." And Gorgon's like, "Not over me." And he just kills him and he's like, so be it. And he leaves him to die. And Apocalypse is like, "That is how a mutant dies, children."
No. He says, look at this, guys. Like he's lecturing them. Look at this, mutants. He said, this is how a mutant dies. Like that. That's like he tells them, listen. Yeah. Like, respect, look at this. Learn. And then, like, I don't know, was that some type of subliminal to fuck a sub to Cable because he got spared because he only died in spirit and not in fucking flesh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
he's just salty. He's just mad. That's Apocalypse all it is. That wasn't a...
Apocalypse is one to talk. The guy is probably more of his softness this entire event than anything.
Yeah, you've been getting exposed every other issue, bro. I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah. So Krakoa and Araco are tied 19 to 19, and Saturnine is about to draw the final card, but they're like, we already know what it is. And Annihilation, aka Genesis, and Apocalypse step up, and they're about to do battle, and that's where the issue ends. And also with a battle log, which was kind of helpful. To see like who won, how everybody won, how the score got to where it is. It's a quick condensed version. But that was Cable number 6. We have 3 issues left to 10 of Swords. It all ends next week. I'm excited, I guess, to see where it goes. We were pretty disappointed last week because of the way it was going, in the way that we didn't get the big epic battle that we were promised. In a way, like it felt like we built up to an anticlimax. But I guess it's about how you finish, right? So we have 3 issues to really wrap this up, and in a clean way. And I have faith that they do it. The first act of this,
as do I.
The first act of this event was stellar. I thought, where it was just them gathering the swords and having their little character moments. I'm hoping it gets there, and it's not like this was bad at all. I enjoyed these issues myself. I enjoyed Hellions a whole lot because that has implications for what's going to happen down the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got to say. Josh, I know you have some more thoughts to lay down.
Yeah. So, the immediate thoughts about, okay, I'm going to tell you this. The reason why I gave the Cable story, the VGI, was because it really put this event into perspective for me. Admittedly, it took me a while to get over the fact that this wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and only because of the way they were setting it up. Again, I'm rehashing what we said before, but I truly believe that this was going to be traditional combat 101, maybe even if it's not all well thought out, like you mentioned before,
Yeah.
But this issue brought back the tone, I want to say. Like, the reason why we were so off put by it is because this event was really being written such a way that we thought a certain, even if there wasn't this traditional fight, it seemed really serious, and then it just out of nowhere snapped to like completely whimsical. You know what I'm saying? And gag worthy, basically.
Yeah.
Well, like a gag story. Like it was just a joke. It was just mad silly, and I really feel like, as far as being integral to the story, we could have skipped those comics and it could have been put on an information. Like, there was literally an information section in one of these text pages in the comics. I don't know if it was Cable. I think it was the one before.
Cable. It's like the last page.
Oh, really?
Well,
they mention what happened?
They do it twice, where they did it in X-Force, where the Mojo world gets information about how the battles go. Which I wonder if that'll have implications down the road, but
maybe.
It's also at the end of Cable we get like just a battle log where they list every contest and show the score.
What happened, right? They could have showed that, and honestly, it would have impacted me the same way, looking at it in hindsight. However, I'll say this: Cable kind of smacked us with reality, and I don't think that kind of happened because of my interpretation, right? And I don't know, you tell me your thoughts too after this, right? I feel like, he kind of was lulling us to sleep in a way, kind of, like going through the motions, making this event really colorful and dope, because it is all about interdimensional travel through world. It's a magical thing, it was always more of like a sorcery and magical type of situation than like a space, scientific, different realities type of deal, so it's not like it didn't fit with the theme and of who Saturday Night is, because it really became something more of, way less of Krakoa versus Arakko and more so of Saturday Night's playing the game, for whatever reason, whatever that reason is. But I believe there is going to be some type of drop. I don't think it's just purely out of sheer pettiness, and I don't think it's merely just in defense to defend her realm from Morocco and the Amenti forces. I don't think it's that, So I do have faith that's going to be revealed later in the line. But other than that, he lulled us into thinking shit was fun and games, and then this is with Cable. The way Cable lost and how he kind of like phoned home to his mommy and daddy and cried. I cracked a joke about it, but that was real, yo.
Yeah.
He told, when he said, I wasn't ready, he was right. Because there's no excuses, man. You put your life at risk and your loved ones, to suffer from your loss because you hesitated thinking of and keeping your eye off the prize.
Right.
I think it's very honorable, and as a human that holds those values, I respect it, but he wasn't ready. That's not what this was about. And that's real life, man. That's not just something for comic books. yo, sometimes life kind of hits you in the face, and you know, even when you feel like, yo, I was on top of this, I knew, and I'm sure we could all relate to this. Even in your most confident times, you know, we've all been knocked down a peg, and life will do that to you,
right?
And it's not fair,
right?
So, in Gorg, you know, and that's why it gave us like a double loss. Like Cable almost died, he got beat bad, in my opinion. Even though he almost won, he got beat bad, you know. And then Gorgon, I didn't think he was gonna. It's not that I thought he was gonna like win or lose going into it. I just thought, man, he's gonna fight the sword dude, and it wasn't about that. He was like, man, forgot I had this army. I did. I forgot he had the army. It wasn't. It wasn't about honor to him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I know I'm gonna beat you regardless, but I got my army. This is who I'm about. You gotta face them. They are me. Mm-hmm. And that's real, yo. That's life. And Gorgon didn't complain a bitch. He said, nigga, whatever. And he lost. He lost like a real one, man. It was...
Yeah.
Not only do I feel like it kind of brought that serious tone back to kind of really keep me engaged, because that's what I like about Jonathan Hickman and what I expect from this X-Men run in general. But I felt like it made me feel like, oh, there's not just this story coming out the ass, but they're just saying whatever they want. I felt like, no, there was purpose to these things that happened. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's going to be this huge major drop as far as, oh, all these little events or some of these little events mean something down the road. I mean that as far as like he was trying to make a point.
Right.
Shit is all fun and games, but war is real. And we're about to get into the final climax. And I'm excited, man. I did not realize we was right at the end. 3 more chapters coming out next week, all at the same time. The event ends next week.
Right. There's not much.
All right. I know I was long-winded, but I know I kind of asked you a question if you felt kind of the same.
There's not much I would add.
You feel the tone shift in this one?
Yeah, there was not much I could add to that. I think you're pretty much right about all the things. I think like a lot of I've seen like the status that was like on this Facebook group where this guy was like, yeah, Cable phoned home to his mommy and all that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but this is like a younger Cable, and like he's not the guy. Man. He's not the guy that we know who's this hardened badass from an apocalypse. That he wasn't. He's not like the post-apocalyptic hero. He's this kid still, you know, like so.
He's more like a kid prodigy, no?
Yeah.
More than a hardened, seasoned.
And he didn't lose.
Savvy that, like the Cable we know, you know.
He didn't lose because of a lack of skill. He lost because he was looking out for his friends. So I think that
lost. Yeah, he lacked in savvy.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even like a more like. That's the thing, you know. We like there's morals. That was just good. I don't know. I just thought it was good writing, man. Like that. It was good. It was a good example, man.
I like it.
You said that good. You said that pretty well.
So actually, I have a question. So if it was adult Cable, would he have killed Blood Moon?
Absolutely, without hesitation. And then he would have aimed his guns at everybody else and said, "You know what? It's time.
Braka.
It's time to turn up." Man, had he been a part of the situation in the first place, things would have been very different.
For sure.
Like, that's just, you know, for better or worse.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm excited to see how it turns out, and you know, it's all on how you end, and I have nothing but real faith, you know, because the next issue is X-Men, which is written by Hickman himself, so maybe we'll get it. I have a feeling that the next issue we're gonna get like some fourth truth about Arakko, because all of the X-Men issues specifically have been dealing with like that backstory. So I feel like we're going to get like a big twist in that one regarding as to what really happened and who was wielding the Twilight Sword in the first place. That's my theory.
The next episode is, the next issue to come out is X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they've had the story planned in the X-Men books. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if they revisited it a fourth time, as long as they give some type of super... big deal information that was left out, but it's gonna click.
Yeah, but that's all.
That's man, I hope we didn't miss our tribunal on the moon. Tribunal corpse.
The Tribunal Corps. I know what you're referring. I didn't even know that was what it was called. But,
from Hickman,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I was-
from Hickman, from Hickman's
Avengers,
Avenger run,
yeah, I
when
remember.
early,
I
way
remember.
early, before Infinity even really kicked off and started.
I hope he didn't
And
miss
he
it.
seen that shit on the moon, bro. And we
We'll get to it. But in any case, that was the X books.